So I know there's a lot of people, listening, entrepreneurs who not only want to have TED Talks, but they also want to just be great public speakers in general, because there's only one opportunity to give a TEDx talk or a TED Talk. How can they be better presenters?
Yeah, well, so the first thing is to cut through all the noise. And I do this process that I call, it's a cool thing. I just call it the Uniquify process. And I will literally have my client pull out a white piece of paper, blank piece of paper, and say, okay, take that piece of paper and write down everything that people would expect you to say. Everything. Get all that out, because you kind of want to get all the cliche thoughts out. That's where a lot of the clients will sit there and they'll write something down and they'll go, it'll be all the cliche things, and they'll go, oh God. And I'm like, yeah, it's kind of a process. So if you can start there, it helps tremendously. Because when you just sit there and you go, how do I say this? How do I come up with a good talk? That's hard. That's trying to do it backwards. So if you just kind of look at everything and go, oh, okay. Actually, there's a couple in here that if I just twisted them a little, they might be really good. The second thing is to care. I mean, people do care a lot about, they're so worried about themselves, ooh, I'm nervous, or you have to care more about the audience than you do about you. And so I teach another thing that's called the IU balance. I should be talking more about you than I'm talking about me. Even if I'm talking about my story, I have to kind of pop out I always tell my clients, pop out. Don't have more than a minute or two that you're not popping out and talking to the audience and saying, hey, has that ever happened to you? Or at least, so it lets the audience know that that they're there. So that's kind of more on the delivery end, but it's just something to pay attention to, is how you frame the way your stories are.